How you doing? It's Wednesday again. Um, this week's topic is my childhood was, a normal childhood. I really didn't have um, much going on, rather than playing and sports and swimming and stuff like that. I was a very athletic child, even in elementary school. Um, I really wasn't thinking about am I a boy or girl, or you know I wasn't even thinking about dating or anything like that when I was in school. Not even middle school. Um, I was a very quiet child, very obedient child. I
know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there. You want my love, you want my heart, and we will never, ever, ever be apart. Are we an item? Girl, quit playing.
and, it was just me and my mother, and she was always at work and stuff like that. So I was taking care of myself most of the time, and so I stayed in the house. I went outside and played, but other than that, I really didn't have you know any knowledge of um, those type of things. I I was fortunate enough to have an okay childhood. I wasn't, in middle school and elementary school, towards the end of elementary school, fourth, fifth grade and on, I did have problems with bullying and stuff like that. I would get bullied a lot, um, and I would get beat up a lot, but it wasn't for those types of reasons. It was more because I was a little nerd, and kids didn't like me because of that, or because I was too quiet, because I didn't dress or look the way a lot of the other kids did. Um, but it wasn't because of a certain gender, or a certain orientation or something like that. Um, when I got into high school, I started to dress um, more masculine, in the way. And then, when I was in high school, TLC was, coming out. Well, not coming out. They had already been out. In middle school, they had come out. So the baggy pants and tight shirt, that's what girls were wearing then. So it kind of fit with me. It was kind of okay for me to dress that way, because it was the style then in the 90s. Um, so I got away. I can pull that off because that's how a lot of people were dressing. My mom's always been very supportive, so I didn't have to worry about telling my mom or anything like that. Um, when I came out in high school, I came out in the ninth grade. Um, I was about 16 years old. I came out to my mother. Well, I came out to the school first. Uh, I didn't really I didn't really think twice about it. Most of the time it happens. You say you come out and people are like, "Oh, we already knew." So that's kind of the reaction that I got. I really didn't tell this person or that person. It was more like, okay, they asked me and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I like girls." But it wasn't. I didn't tell one specific person that I was comfortable with. I had friends. I was in sports and stuff like that, but it wasn't the type of coming out to where I had a best friend and I was like, "Hey, I'm gay." No, it wasn't that at all. After I blew through a whole bunch of girls. I My mother asked me one night after basketball practice, "Hey, I saw there was a lot of girls around you. I saw you talking to a lot of girls. Are you gay?" And I told her, I was like, "Yeah, you know, yeah, I'm gay. I like girls." And she was like, "Okay." And we never talked about it again. I've had numerous girlfriends, and my mom's always been pretty cool about it. She's cool with them. She's cool with me. Um, as far as um, gender wise, I've always dressed like a man. I've always worn men's clothing.
I had a way then, losing it all on my own.
There's never really been a point in time other than when I was a little itty bitty baby and I didn't have a voice to say I don't want to wear that, or I don't like this dress or whatever, when I wore women's clothing or girls' clothing. I really don't have pictures of my childhood. We lived in Virginia, so when we moved back down to San Antonio, in Texas, my mom had all of our stuff in a storage. So um, we didn't pay. She didn't pay on it, so they sold all her stuff or threw it away or consolidated it. Whatever happens when you don't pay your storage, basically they just get rid of all your stuff. So that's where all my baby pictures are. I have a couple, and I'll post a couple of them. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have any pictures of my childhood. As far as gender and transitioning wise, I didn't know until about 8 months ago when I decided to take T. And I'm not. It's weird because I don't feel myself as being male or female. I feel more in the middle. I don't feel like I want to be a man, and at the same time I don't feel like I want to be a woman. So where does that leave me in the gray area? So as far as when I knew 8 months ago that I wanted to take T and make my body more masculine. That's when I wanted to start doing something about it. I've never really felt comfortable with my body after high school. After I got out of high school and I stopped taking care of myself, I didn't have the sports and the athletics to make my body tone and stuff like that. I was depressed about it. I didn't like it. I hate the way my body looks. And that's basically where my dysphoria comes from. It's not necessarily, bottom dysphoria or top dysphoria. It's more of just a body dysphoria, period, which a lot of people seem to be going through these days with physical appearance. I want my body to look more masculine, and, I'm doing things to be happy with myself, whether that's taking tea or, getting top surgery or whatever the case may be. But I've known for a really long time that I don't like having a female body. As far as 11th, 12th grade, that's when I knew I didn't like having a female body. As far as gender, like I said, I don't feel either or. I feel in the middle. And that bothers me sometimes. Sometimes it bothers me to know that I was born a woman, and sometimes it bothers me that I look more masculine to some people. Sometimes it bothers me that I look more feminine to people. I think it just depends on the day, to be honest. And a lot of people probably don't want to hear that, but I'm being honest and I'm being truthful with you people. And if that makes me less or more of trans person, then so be it. But that's when I knew. And all in all, you want to be what you're comfortable with. And I'm comfortable where I am right now as far as body-wise. Of course, I'm not, like I said before. But other than that, everything's good. It's nice seeing you guys again. And yeah, I'm done talking. So do what you do. Like, dislike, comment, rate. I don't care, just as long as you do it well. Alright, Trans Brothers out.